Hi guys, this video is absolutely thick and juicy with the details on how cheating is growing at a fast rate in Realm of the Mad God and the lack of prevention from the game developers. So grab yourself a snack, maybe a beverage, and relax. The insanity begins now. Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about a massive problem that's plaguing Realm of the Mad God right now. Realm of the Mad God is an amazingly fun game because it has a really high skill ceiling because of the permadeath, and it forces you to learn how to play the game, and also because of the difficulty it makes the items extremely rare, so it makes you feel like you have a lot of value when you do finally obtain the ones you're looking for. At least, that's what it used to be like. Unfortunately, a problem has been becoming much more prominent as time has gone on. Basically, a large proportion of the player base is using cheats to gain an unfair advantage over other players. There's a massive problem right now where cheats, hacks, and other exploits are being used much more often, and the proportion of players who are using them is increasing. There is a few reasons why cheating is a detriment to Realm of the Mad God, and probably why the player base is declining right now, alongside with chest events, but that's best left for another video. Basically, cheating gives a massive advantage to the noobs that choose to use them. It provides tools that can make monkey players appear and feel like they're good at the game. These players can receive a massive advantage from, for example, being able to disable negative effects like armor break, paralyze, silence, quiet. It also allows for auto aiming and reconnecting. Also, cheats can pretty much allow you to play the game without being at your computer. You can slash follow someone, which makes you follow directly behind them, leave auto aim on, and you can do the hardest dungeons in the game without actually being at your computer and getting soulbound. On a solo basis, a lot of people think that this shouldn't matter if people are using hacks on their own. A few reasons why on playing solo with hacks is a detriment to the Realm community is, since it's almost impossible for hacking players to die, items that they receive drop in value quite significantly. So for example, I know a lot of people find event whites to be highly valued, since they can never die of them and they can use them like crazy, and it allows them to use them without risks. It makes the item more common and thus making it feel less special for when non-hacking cheaters get it. It also more easily allows hacking players to get the items that they really want, because they will not have to nexus as much due to not being able to be affected by negative stasis effects and thus getting to the end of the dungeon, like shadows. Also, since players don't die, they don't have to worry about getting replacement gear or remaxing, so the value of most tradable items is permanently decreased due to the oversupply as long as the cheating problem continues. This is much more obvious in a group setting, because almost every active dungeon running Discord right now is either allowing for hacks to happen or promoting hacks. This makes even the most endgame of dungeons trivial, and it really leaves no challenge left in the game unless you choose to play solo and without the influence of cheaters. But in that case, the items that would take you like 100 hours to get would take them 1 hour, you would have the chance to die of it, while they'll never have to worry about that. Also, some players have been duping items, which means that no matter how many times they die, if for whatever reason they're not cheating already, if they're duping, then they'll never have to worry about them running out of a particular item. Dekka's lenience to cheating and event chests made the phrase, "damn that's a nice set," a thing of the past. I'm going to start a podcast where the first episode is about how Dekka can recover from chest events, so make sure to subscribe. Another issue with not being able to die is that some people in the game actually value the amount of base fame they have as a non-cheating player. However, of course, dying gets rid of all of that base fame that a character might have, and hackers don't have to worry about that. Only like 4 out of 20 players from the all-time Legends leaderboards haven't cheated, from what I know and from what I've been told from other players, and from what has been found. There has been a massive trend where Discords and massive groups have gotten together, where there's a group of hackers that steamroll any endgame dungeon, making it extremely trivial. Of course, since they make the endgame dungeons so trivial, they're tempting for other players to join, including players that don't use cheats, since this is mostly a loot-driven game. However, in these discords, they're always pushing for the players to use hacks and cheats, and they're always promoting it, so that a higher proportion of the group is using hacks, and faster dungeons are ran even faster. They want to make it as easy as you can to start hacking, so they even put the download links inside the Discord, including invites to tracker Discords, that tell you where all of the events spawn and where the prominent players are so you can follow them and crash their dungeon, and also where real world trading services are advertised like duping, buying other accounts and those sorts of things. Cheating has never before became such a problem in Realm of the Mad God before, but surely since I'm spreading the word, Deca will crack down and solve this issue once and for all. I wish. There's many long-time, legit players who try their best to expose people who are using cheats. These long-time, legitimate players are trying their best to maintain the integrity of the game by targeting the players who are trying their best to spread hacks, hacking blatantly, and trying to convince everyone that it's the best thing to do. However, with tens of reports and clear evidence, Deca has almost done nothing to stop the most obvious of cheaters. And there has been very minimal efforts to stop the rise of hacking in this game. I can name hundreds of players who quit this game because they got sick of the lack of action that's been taken out against hackers, and they ultimately quit. You won't even be able to find an active YouTube uploader anymore that has over 5k subs, when there used to be so many. And if you also do a comparison in activity between 2017 and the current year, you'll see that there's been quite a drop off of players. But what is the main reason why hacking is spreading so rapidly in Realm? It's because Deca's really not doing anything. So let me tell you how you can report a cheater. It's really easy. Of course, you just need the evidence of what they're doing. There's some things that are extremely obvious that someone's hacking. Like for example, if they take shots and they don't get affected by the stasis effects. They reconnect into realms, they follow other players. Auto-aiming is another obvious one. Then send this through to Deca support and expect to receive your automated response promptly. Kind of like what these people did, except you'd be lucky if they even get a 3 to 7 day ban. And in some of the very worst of cases, they will permaban. By the way, Deca actually classifies a permaban as a ban for 999 days, so they will actually get unbanned in 3 years. However, this is in the very worst of cases. I've been told from other people who had experience with permabans that if you beg Deca enough while on a permaban, they will unban you because they cannot be bothered to deal with the emails. They also offer applications for the unbans after 1 month, and sometimes they actually automatically unban after 1 month.
Bruh.
How insane is that? However, some of the stuff that I'll show you in a moment will actually blow your mind. A lot of the people that I'm showing sending the emails actually gave up on reporting because they knew no matter how obvious the hacking was and no matter how many times they reported them, nothing is going to happen. Or at least the smallest amount of punishment. In this video, I'm not going to show any names because this isn't a video of trying to expose the hackers in the game. It's more so showing how Deca is pretending that this isn't an issue and not doing anything about the cheating, duping, and other exploits. Here's some of the examples of players using obvious cheats, and the automated responses. So basically, the reporter said, I managed to catch footage of a player in-game called blah blah using cheats while playing, specifically anti-unstable cheats. So these are very obvious, as you can see on the screen. The player should be shooting around everywhere, since he's taking shots that is supposed to make him not being able to control where he shoots. However, he's still shooting straight. I am very sorry you had this experience in the game, and we would like to assure you that this behaviour is strictly prohibited, and it is something we take very seriously. We really appreciate your concern with the Rotamaga community and your honesty with this report. Because of this, we will make sure to thoroughly look into this situation and take appropriate measures and see it through that this issue is taken care of. Unfortunately, we cannot disclose any details about further actions taken on this matter. We are very happy that our community is active and are taking action when such violations of our terms are happening. Thank you for making Realm a better place. Here's another player he found and reported. I managed to catch footage of a player by the in-game name of blah blah using cheats while playing. Specifically, again, anti-unstable cheats. And then here we go again. We are sorry you have had this experience in the game and thank you for the report. We have started an investigation. We will be sure to make punishments where we have solid evidence of violation against our TOS. Blah blah blah, nothing happened again. And here's another one, and another one, and none of these people even got temporarily banned. The amounts of reports like these that have been sent to me are really endless. There is one more super hilarious report that I need you guys to remember. Hello, today I'm reporting this player Let's name him Z for now, and remember this name because it's really important for later on, for hacking and dragging with the intent to kill. Evidence, blah blah. Z recorded himself dragging crusades in a lost halls with the obvious intent to kill, while using extremely apparent hacks. And of course there was no punishment taken against this player, and it's gonna get extremely juicy later on, but sit tight, we'll get back to Z. Now at this point you might be like, well, Deca might not understand that the videos is complete proof of hacking, so maybe they just need more evidence to punish these players. I wish that was the case. Just over a year ago, the most insane shit was happening in group runs of endgame dungeons. Players were literally dying for no reason at all. This is just one of the video examples. There was massive controversy at the time because people actually thought it was Deca's fault that this was happening. So players thought maybe that Deca messed up something in the code that actually led to this. This is what the Redditor said. Deca, give us answers. I am just really concerned about this bug. I'm not really sure if I want to play after literally watching this happen in front of my face. I want someone from Deca to acknowledge this bug and say whether or not there's going to be a fix, or even how it happens. It's funny because at this time I actually stopped playing because of this. Yes, we have been looking into this issue vehemently, and we would like to clear up some things. So far it has been impossible to reproduce this issue with the official client of the game. So our advice for staying clear of it is simple, only use the official clients.
Wow.
So what does this mean? Deca actually acknowledges that these players are cheating, and they've done nothing about it. One of these players are actually caught up with, and they confirms that they didn't receive any punishment for this, and they also did things like crashing in the past. But you know what, to Deca's credit, they actually have done some work recently when it comes to preventing cheating. Really recently there has been an issue where hackers have been directly connecting to a IP address of a realm. That way they get a private server to themselves to hack freely. And what they do is they go to Godlands, set up AFK characters so the spawns are disrupted in the Godlands to be more tightly spawned, and all of the players follow one, they all have auto aim on, and that way they can get insane fame per minute. I believe it was around 80 fame per minute. The first clip was an old one where no one got banned. However, here's a more recent one where someone caught out the most well-known abusers of cheats and exploits in the game. Notice how there is a pirate, snake and demon realm, and no more portals on a minimap. The recorder had to use the hacked client and join a specific IP address to get into the realm portal named Giant, which as you saw wasn't available to the people without hacks. As you can see, the recorder teleports and catches the players behaving like a snake in the group because of everyone using the hacked following client feature. However, they were very quick to realize that the recorder was not one of them, and they must have been in a voice chat because they all quickly stopped using the following tool and started walking normally. Now, I was trying to not actually target hackers at all in this video, but there was too many names to block in this one, and there's a YouTube channel that I need to take care of. If there's anything I dislike more than hackers, it's cheaters broadcasting and pretending they have always been playing legitimately. So, see this player named Finnick? He actually has a YouTube channel. Now keep in mind, he now goes by the name Piraka in game. He's trying to hide his previous identity, and there's a few reasons why this is most definitely him. Firstly, the main point is his name history is hidden, along with a few other fishy things like graveyard and guild history. Secondly, he's in the guild with a lot of the people who are in that video of the boating. Thirdly, he has an insane fame spike around the time of the boating incident. Fourth, his YouTube channel matches the cheater's in-game name. And fifth, there is another account called Finnick that seems to exist just to hold the name, because it is unused and both the Realmize Piraka and Finnick link to his YouTube. It's a shame because he's so good at editing, also shame that he had to cheat to get a good account. So guys, make sure to give him some love and rest in peace. Okay, back to Deca. So, for whatever reason, this is the thing that Deca cracked on too hard. Some of the players in this actually got permabanned, which is probably the biggest crackdown Deca's ever done. Deca also put out a massive warning to those people who are manipulating spawns. I'm not sure why this is out of all things what they're cracking down on, because there's been much worse that they've allowed players to get away with, like the duping of the epic chests, the blatant hacking and spreading of hacks. The strange thing is, a lot of the players that were involved in the boating in these ghost realms, as they were called, didn't actually receive any punishment at all. One of the players actually had to do this repeatedly after the first ban wave to get banned permanently. But who knows if he's going to be back in 1 month's time. For some reason, so many of these players got away with this. It's almost as if Deca picks and chooses on who to ban depending on how much they financially support the game or other factors. I'll show you an exact example of this in an extreme case. Duping is a way players are gaining a massive advantage over other players right now. These players can dupe anything from tradable items to untiered items, and even pay-to-win items like character slots, vault slots, and pet feed. Which is surprising because you'd think if Deca is so lenient towards hacking because of greed for money, that they would crack down on the major duping problem right now. There is a player that we will refer to as A, who has spent over $10,000 on Realm, and seems to be immune to getting permabanned. He's done all of the worst things, including auto-nexusing, auto-aiming, following, and duping items. All he's been getting is a slap on the wrist with temporary bans, with the 14 days being the greatest. Even though A has been reported in the double-digit amount of times in total for these offences, the most interesting one to me by far is the duping. This is because for one of the duping instances, he admitted to paying over $1,000 to get over 60k base fame worth of epic chests to be duped on his account. To put it in perspective, to get 60k base fame, you'd have to do at least 600 lost hauls on one character. A few sources told me that people have reported duping methods to Deca before they went public. They didn't do anything until they actually became overly abused. This is what another YouTuber by the name of Jatizzle had to say in his video titled The Dark Side of Realm of the Mad God.
One of the biggest duping ban waves happened with Pumpkin Seeds and the Juggernaut helmet reskin. Deca cracked down hard and banned people who were guilty of duping those items. However, and most surprising, is that you could appeal your ban and get your account back, but with a vault wipe. The second duper I spoke to had a bit more of a negative opinion of Deca. He claims they don't seem to care, and he's outright told them duping methods in the past, alongside how to fix it, and Deca didn't patch it until the method went public. But like the Pumpkin Seed incident in the past, Deca does take actions sometimes. They used to keep track of trades, flagging them for potential RWT and other suspicious actions, but it recently seems they haven't been paying as much attention.
Since my video is more focused on Deca's lack of action in response to cheating and exploits, I recommend watching this video after if you want a better insight on the extent of a variety of cheats and hacks in the realm. It seems like if you pay a certain amount of money, you get an immunity to bans because all of the players that have been reported double-digit times off the top of my head have a purple name. And what that means is they have paid at least $150 in a short amount of time to get that purple name. I'll go into later on why allowing big spenders to hack and exploit freely may be hurting Deca financially and the longevity of Realm. Now here is where shit gets insane. Do you remember the player Z that we talked about just before? Well, he actually did the crazy thing of reporting himself. This is what he sent to Deca. I'm reporting myself because I want to quit. Here's a link to a vid of me hacking, crashing and dragging. If you believe that this is a spoof, it's not. My security questions are, and if you are still convinced that this is a spoof, check this email and my past 3 or 4 tickets with you guys. So he tries to give them solid evidence. And here's what Deca sends back. If you wish to quit the game, our team believes that you will be able to do this without throwing away your progress. In case you actually want your account to be banned, you can contact us with this information and the duration of your ban. So they're just asking for more proof essentially. And then very friendly they say, if you need any additional assistance or would like to make a suggestion, please feel free to contact us at any time. Looking forward to your reply. You know, our good man Z here is in extreme disbelief. He sends this back. So you think I'm not worthy of a ban? I've been using a modified client for the past 4 years of me playing the game. 2 griefing bans didn't stop me from crashing and ruining the fun for other people. I also used to multi-box back in the day, when you would see a multi-box wherever you were. I've also helped develop and I've used dupes in the past. Wow. He essentially admitted to all of the worst possible hacks and exploits a player can use. Our man Z is truly fucked. Let's see how Decker put him in his place. We are sorry to see you go like this. I have placed a permanent suspension on your account, and it will be lifted if you appeal it later.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's way down heavy on me, and it's not okay. Can you help me out and just stop this? Please?
When I heard that story for the first time, I was actually baffled. Can anyone think of another game development company that would take cheating so lightly, especially in a game which is an MMO? Honestly, like, why would Decker be so lenient?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Yes, of course. The more players that Decker bans, the less money that can come in. It's also been speculated that players with purple names actually have a less chance of getting banned because for some reason they seem to not get banned. And by the way, the players that have purple names are people that spent at least 200 USD to get them in about a week's time while a campaign was going on. But I think something that Decker does not understand is that by not banning cheaters, it degrades the quality of the game and the community, and thus it makes the game less appealing to play for people that don't cheat, and actually for people who cheat. Imagine a realm where no one dies, every endgame dungeon is a stupid steamroll, and moments where the game gets exciting, like when someone's close to dying and Nexus is suddenly, or when someone gets a really rare item, is impossible, because everyone's using Auto Nexus, or items are so easy to get because of these groups that have all hackers and steamroll every dungeon. This is actually the reason why hundreds of legit players are leaving the game. Decker doesn't understand that a lot of players that actually have been leaving the game have probably been spending more money than what the hackers that could have been banned have been spending, thus potentially leading in a loss of revenue and degrading the game. This cuts back on the future prospects of this game, and the proportion of hackers in the game is only rising. So not only do the legit players have to worry about the groups of players and the specific individuals who spread hacks, but if they want to continue playing this game, they have to come to peace that reporting hackers is almost useless, and the player base is slowly turning into being 100% cheaters. Keep in mind, Decker, if you ban cheaters, that actually could lead them to create new accounts where they have to start from scratch and have to buy everything again that they did before, like the vault space, the pets, the character slots. The legitimate players that you scared off this game will never come back again unless you fix this problem. Something that I thought that I might encounter in the future is players saying like, Unity is coming up, it's gonna be a lot harder to cheat there. Why should Decker ban the players who are cheating now when Unity is around the corner and they're gonna have to stop hacking then? There's at least two reasons on why still cracking down on hacks before Unity would be important. Firstly, the community is dwindling so fast that the community would be so dwindled compared to if they actually crack down, and the respect for Decker would be so low. Secondly, the problem with players previously cheating but not cheating anymore is they still have the remnants of them cheating before. So that includes massive amount of items, high base fame, duped vault and character slots, and hacked pets, etc. So it's important that the complacency is solved before then. Realm of the Mad God was already on a top 10 list for the most pay-to-win games on a famous YouTube channel. We don't want this game to be considered one of the most cheated games, even though it probably already is. Now, I know Decker's a new company. I think Realm is the first game that they've took on, so I never expected them to be perfect. I didn't make this video out of spite or anything, just to inform the Rottenberger community on how free and unpunished cheaters are, with the hopes that Decker realizes their mistakes and amends their problem. However, as someone who's been playing this game for hundreds of hours and is essentially representing hundreds of other non-cheating players, I've got some recommendations on how you can fix this problem and how it can stop growing. Firstly, it's crucial that Decker actually bans people who are continuously reported. There's at least 3 players that I know that have been reported at least 10 times for the worst shit, which includes following, duping, auto-nexusing, not having stasis effects enabled. By banning these players, it sends a warning to all other players that this is an issue. The players with the most reports are usually the ones who are spreading it the most, because they're being blatant about it, they've been able to be reported so many times, and thus they're influencing other players to cheat. It's important that you actually ban these players because it will give faith to the Realm community that Decker actually cares about this issue. These individuals are usually the players who start those groups that steamroll dungeons with hacks, so that's why it's also important. Now, I'm not good on the technical side of things, but Decker, if there's a way for you to make it, the second thing you can do is make it more hard to hack. Now, I'm not good on the technical side of things, so I'm not sure if you can make it harder for players to hack, but if you find out and you can, I highly recommend it. Thirdly, Decker, please make the punishments more strict. I think if you actually want people to stop cheating, you have to make the first ban at least 30 days for when the evidence is obvious, and the second ban has to be a permaban. This way, Decker, players will actually start to treat you seriously that are currently cheating, and the proportion of cheaters will slowly decrease. Fourthly, if you can, Decker, you can use what power you have to shut down discords that do promote cheating. There's some Lost Halls discords that do this, and also tracking discords, where they show where events spawn and those sorts of things. So maybe if you can contact Discord or just ban the players who manage these discords, they'll be eliminated, and the influence of these discords to influence the players to cheat more and dupe and those sorts of things will decrease. I definitely don't want to see this game to go to shit. It's almost already there. So Decker, please do this. But if I don't hear a reply or a serious intent to combat this issue, I'm gonna make a more serious video in 20 days. So Decker, I hope you make the right decision, and I hope that doesn't have to happen. Before I go, I would love to tell you guys about this great guild called Just Some Guild. Yes, that's actually the name. Just Some Guild has been running for 16 months now, and it is a mature, endgame, and anti-hack guild. We have a close-knit community in our Discord, even with the public, so check out our Discord by checking it out in the description. Also, we're always looking for great members, so if you would like to apply, you just have to meet our 2 requirements. Firstly, you have to be verified in Spooky Boy Central. We have this because they have a hacker list, so we can more effectively filter out hackers, and they also have basic requirements that define an experienced player. Also, the second requirement that we're in the process of implementing is to not be in any discords that promote breaking TOS, like maximum efficiency and tracker discords. If you meet these, you'll be placed on a list where members vote on you, and we will notify you when you are successful. This video took what feels like a decade to make, but it was super important, so I hope you guys enjoyed and appreciated. Thanks for watching, and stay cheat free, boys.